We have a monster that flies. Monster that flies. Which monster was that you think? Oh, also it does like. Bleh, bleh. I'm going to spit fire at you. Yeah, that's the Rathalos. That's that's a bitch. That's the Ratha bitch. That's the asshole in the sky, you know? Through all of Monster Hunter, there's a monster that I've fought unprepared because I don't bring the correct items for it, and it's the Rathalos, and I always have a miserable time because I never prepare enough for the fight. Oh, Rathalos, one of the two Wraths, the king of the sky, that is the mate of the queen of the earth. The lovely monster that just keeps flying and spitting fireballs at you or lunges with its claws at you. It's a monster that just loves to stay in the sky. We all know this. The Rathian is a really comfortable fight. The Rathian's head is reachable, it's always on the ground pretty much, not a big deal. The Rathalos, it's the opposite. It's always flying around, always spitting fire at you, always trying its best to make your fight a miserable one if you're unprepared. So you better be prepared. The Rathalos, unlike the Rathian, is a red wyvern. I think it's a tiny bit smaller than the Rathian. I think the Rathian is like the bulky big one on the ground that just takes care of the kids. The Rathalos is the one that goes search for the milk at the grocery store, or that defends the nest by flying in the air and making people and monsters go away from the nest. And damn, fighting it with a melee weapon is awful if you don't have flash bombs to flash it and make it fall down. Because I had a lot of trouble. Rathian, I just love to unleash some charges in her face because she's so predictable. The Rathalos moves all over the place, flies around. It's so difficult to like just get a hit in while it's in the air. So preparation is key. When you play Monster Hunter, you have to realize that at higher ranks it's not just Monster Fighter. You need to prepare for the hunt. That's the difference between 4 stars like Rathian and 5 stars like Rathalos in difficulty rank. The 5th star is the preparation star. It shows you need to bring the correct items to not make your hunt a miserable one. Rathalos, oh I love you. You're so much better once you have flash bombs to bring you down and pin you down. That's something I used to do in the old games, making tons of flash bombs during the hunt, and it was always on the ground because it always tries to fly. You flash it, it falls down, and it dies very quickly. I just mowed down the jeering Rathalos like they were nothing in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. And that's a bit of the same deal in newer games. It still flies, you can still break it down. It's a good time. I have a lot of memories with Rathalos, you know, it also has multiple variants. I think it has the Azure Rathalos, and it has a Silver Rathalos. I think I might encounter these in the game. In Monster Hunter World, I don't exactly remember, but I'm not looking forward to that because I'm very scared. I'll be honest, I'm very scared. It has quite a few attacks that it can do that do a lot of damage. The fireballs do a lot of damage if you get hit by them, especially if your armor resistance to fire is quite low or negative. I think one of its most scary attacks is when it lunges at you and it can poison you with the claws. You can contract fire blight by getting hit by fire, and you can contract poison too. 2 things that like just deplete your health so fast if you contract both of these ailments. Because yes, being caught on fire is a sickness. Take your medication, it goes away. In the old games, when you enraged the monster, it would fly back, and while you were stunned by the screaming animation, the screaming roar, and your hunter would cover the ears, you would stay put in place, and generally it would spit fire while jumping back, and that fireball always took so many hunters by surprise in the old games. I am unsure if that's the case also in Monster Hunter World. If not in low rank, it will probably happen at high rank, because this is quite an iconic move. The bitch-ass move, the asshole move that will just cut everyone, at least once. And if you don't bring flash bombs, you can always hook onto its face, right, and unleash the slinger to make it fall down. I think that works when it's not enraged. I wonder if that works when they are enraged. I would think not, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that would be a good way to bring the monster down more often than it did during my hunt. Otherwise, jumping from ledges to mount the monster, it's always very lovely. It's always so epic to be on the monster when it's flying and slamming into walls to try to get you off, and you stab your knife and then you unleash a great devastating attack on it. That's really damn cool, and it can get some great opportunities to attack it. while it's pinned down. Rathalos represents Monster Hunter very well. It's a flagship of the franchise, just like Rathian is. This duo is really iconic and will be in every damn Monster Hunter game, because you can't just have a Monster Hunter game without having a Rathalos or a Rathian. They're just two good monsters to live on the sideline. They live everywhere. They're the king and queen of Monster Hunter. And more than ever, this Rathalos teaches you to really prepare your item, your inventory, in order to have an effective hunt that will not be as frustrating as it could be if you just were playing Monster Fighter and couldn't reach the damn guy because it flies all over the place. And I think once you're really prepared, it is a great fight, and an intense one. So what do you think about Rathalos? Do you enjoy this fiery boy that flies all over the place? Are you annoyed that it flies all over the place? Do you have any countermeasures that you want to share with everyone, with me, so it makes my hunts easier? Like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed what I make, and there will be another Monster Thought video at the end that you can watch if you want more of content like this, alright? Alright, stay put and I'll see you later, okay? Cheers!